Hi YouTube, I'm Mrs. Truth, but you can call me Mrs. T. Today I wanted to give you my second truth, and it's probably going to be an interesting one because my truth on parenting is something that has been debated on many times, but I really think that if a lot of parents would understand this, then their children would talk to them more, and a lot of the problems that come between parents and their children wouldn't exist if this particular thing was understood. So, truth number two for the parents: you do not own your children. Your children are a part of you, but they are not your slaves. They have their own feelings, and parents need to respect that. I am so tired of parents saying you're going to do as I say because I'm your mother, and you going to do what I tell you to do because I'm your mother, and I don't think that's how it works, because these will be the same parents whose kids don't talk to them about anything. You see what I'm saying? Parents, let your children have their feelings. I don't think it's fair that when they get upset, they can't express themselves to you because you think it's disrespectful and you better respect your elders and all that. How can a child feel comfortable coming to you if every time that they express themselves you reprimand them? I think that's something that really needs to be looked at. You know, I had a discussion with an older lady. Well, ain't no kid gonna talk to me no type of way, and da da da. If you can talk to your child any old type of way, then I feel as though they're learning by example. You see what I'm saying? When you speak to your children, speak to them as if they are people, not your slaves, and not people that are just supposed to do what you say do. Because at the end of the day, a child is going to know if you're a bullshitter, if you're a hypocrite. They will feel it. And let me tell you, when they get older, they are not going to fuck with you. Real talk. And those be the ones that come home pregnant because they can't talk to you about their boyfriend, and they can't talk to you about the issues that they're going through, because every time they have an issue, you shut them down because they're the child and you're the adult. When in most times, the child has more of a logical explanation for problems than parents do. You see what I'm saying? If you really sit down and talk to kids, you might learn something instead of you just shutting them down. Okay? You have to take the time out. When they come into the room and, you know, mommy, I want to talk, daddy, I want to talk. You might be watching Law and Order and everything like that, but put Law and Order on pause, okay? Anytime that they need to talk, you need to make them feel like they can come and talk to you anytime, open door policy, and about whatever they want, okay? My daughter never, never feels like she can't come and talk to me. And when I say, and the discussions that we've had have been hard because I'm like, oh my God, my baby is growing up. But I can never show that on my face because I want her to always know that she can come and talk to me. So when those problems came, you'd be surprised of the things that children will talk to you about if you give them that open door. You see what I'm saying? If you give them that open door, then they will talk to you about things that you might not even be comfortable with. But because you've given them honesty and you've given them an example on how to talk to people, an example on how to listen, and the fact that when you talk to your child, the more and more you do it, the more and more they'll feel comfortable with uncomfortable topics. You know what I mean? Especially with sex. The thing is that yes, we want to protect our children as much as possible. But parents have to understand that don't forget that you were young too. Like parents, some of y'all crack me up. Y'all forget that you were a kid. You forget that you snuck out the house and you was smoking weed at 14, and you was thinking about boys at 12, and you was on a bus cussing with your friends and practicing cussing because you wanted to feel old, and you forget that you were kids too, and you think that you never went through nothing, and you never, like, For instance, I'm sorry, because this is a really touchy subject for me. It really irritates me when parents do this. The kid comes home and says, "Mom, my teacher's getting on my nerves," or "Mom, this teacher don't like me, and that's why I have a B in this class because she doesn't like me." Okay, automatically, most parents go, "Well, you need to do school and you need to be able to behave yourself." What if your child, honest to God, just doesn't like the teacher because the teacher don't like them? Why is that? Why is their reaction less valid than your reaction to somebody that you don't like at work? You see what I'm saying? When you have your boss, you don't like your boss don't like you. You're stressed about the situation. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You try your best to keep your performance up to par, but because the boss doesn't like you, you might get a 3 on your evaluation instead of a 4. You see what I'm saying? These things happen, and you be mad as hell, and you be on the phone talking to your girlfriends, talking to your husband, talking to whoever you want to talk to about your situation. But when a child goes through it, we cast them out, or we don't validate their feelings about the situation. A lot of people think that cussing is wrong, and yes, I believe that cussing is very disrespectful. But if you curse around your children, okay, don't slap them and all that for cursing. If you curse, hypocrite, hypocritical. And that right there, when you yell at your child for doing something that you do daily, you're teaching your child that you are a bullshitter, and they're not going to listen to nothing you say. Nothing. Nothing. They're going to listen. And I've seen it done. They be like, my mom's just talking. She smoke all day. You know what I mean? My mom's just talking. She cuss all day. And she's worrying about me. And that's the beginning of them not giving a hell about anything you say. So then when you come to them about really important stuff, they don't believe anything that you're talking about. They don't believe nothing you're talking about because you done bullshitted them from years 0 to 14. Bullshit. Okay? Stop lying to your kids. Stop. Oh, don't worry about this is grown folk business. Oh no. If your rent is late, okay, little Cece need to know. Because when Cece come home and them lights is off, what you gonna say then? Now you gonna say, um, let me sit down and have no. Be honest with your kids. You see what I'm saying? They will love you regardless. But the more honest you are with them, the more honest they're going to be with you. Because if they realize that, oh, my mom never hid anything from me. My dad never hid anything from me. So why would I hide something from them? You see what I'm saying? When I started smoking, I'm not a smoker anymore. I quit, thank God. But when I smoked, I had started smoking when I was 11 years old. And, my mom was a smoker. So I started smoking her cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? So instead of because, and I told her, I came out and I didn't, I mean, I had to wrestle back and forth on how I was going to talk to her about it. But I knew that I had an open relationship with my mother. Yes, she was going to be mad, but she was going to hear me out. Okay. And she wasn't going to chastise me because how can she be mad at me for something that she does on a daily basis? She wasn't a hypocrite. And I am asking, and there's a call to action here for parents to stop being hypocritical bullshitters with your kids. Okay? It's causing an epidemic in this world of kids who don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? And they don't give a fuck because the parents bullshit them all the time. And if they can't talk to their parents, who are they going to talk to? As soon as they come to their parents chastise them, punish them, tell them to go sit down, tell them to do. Come on, y'all. It's time to do better. It's really time to do better and wake up Kids have feelings, kids have issues, kids have the same things going on as adults, except for the fact that they don't pay bills. Okay? And don't use that against your kids because they didn't ask to come to this world. Okay? So yes, you're tired and you're paying bills, but they didn't ask to be here. Okay? They didn't say, "Hey, I want to go into that cooch. I want to come out of that cooch." No. That was your decision, okay? So, I say all this to say that it's time for children to be able to talk to their parents. And I mean, if this was something that could catch on, Mrs. Truth would be so happy because the truth is children want to talk to their parents. Children want discipline. Children want to succeed. You see what I'm saying? But they want to have good advice from parents that they know have their back, they know that they can express themselves to, and that love them unconditionally. Okay? So you guys keep that in mind. I'm Mrs. Truth, but you can call me Mrs. T. Deuces.